Hey guys, welcome back to another AQW with Nate video. Coach Nate here. What we're going to do today is the Reaper's Reckoning Collection Chest. This is the first episode of the Collection Chest Mania series. Alright guys, so I thought of what a better place to do this than the Underworld itself. Let's go ahead and say hi to Dage. Hello Dage. Because if you click on this collection chest, it'll actually say Dage 2026 collection. You can still get this now when this video comes out. I don't know for how much longer though. So let's go ahead and start it off. Let's click that collection chest. It's actually a really cool sword pet here. You can see the little chest is actually being held by a guy on top of the sword. It's kind of hard to see here. Let me move over. But you see that little thing there? That's the chest right there, right by the D in Doom Brothers on my name right there. Alright, let's take a look here. I've got the classic Underworld armor on right now for when you first join the Legion. Let's go ahead and take a look at these swords. So here is the main sword of the collection. As you can see, that's what the collection chest is actually looking like. So we'll throw that guy on. We've got a couple of other weapons here. I'm assuming this one's probably a dagger. Maybe all of them are daggers as well. That one looks kind of neat. I like the lightning effects that they have coming out in all these weapons here. Rune of 3 Faces. Wow, okay. I think you're just holding like a pocket watch or something like that. Now, I do like the Twisted Underworld U1. This looks kind of cool with one of the armors that we will see. Let's go ahead and put on the ceremonial Underworld suit just so you can see what the main kind of event looks like in this collection. I believe we have to put Lord of Miss. No, that's not it. It's going to be one of these Lord guys. Underworld. Well, you can see these masks right here. This one kind of looks like one of the future ones. Oh, very cool. I like that they have the sort of witch-looking stuff. You can go ahead and see that for your female characters. I also like that there's no face. It's just totally black. Looks super dope. Let's go ahead and go through here. I haven't even tried all of these on yet. Skull of Undying. That looks pretty cool. As you can see, we have, what would you call that? A pimp cane, I guess. Very cool. Let's go ahead and put on the actual red thing. So I don't know if this follows your character's color scheme or if it just happens to be red for this one outfit here. But we do have some cool red garb. Let's go ahead and throw on the cape for this. This is going to be the Underworld Retainer's cape. It's kind of cool. You can see all these guys pop up behind you. Let's go ahead and hide our pet for a second. Throw this guy on. The formal Legion Paragon pet and the dapper Legion Paragon pet. Now, I'm pretty sure one or two of these may have quests. I don't know if you get it through the collection chest if you get the quests or if you have to buy this separately. I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and take a look at all of these things we have. Wow, look at that. Archerion Acid System. And again, this is going to look extra good because we're in the Underworld right now. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Diabolica, I guess. I thought it looked kind of Russian almost. Let's go ahead and try on some of these armors. Evil Witch Doctor, very cool. Very reminiscent of the Black Friday kind of outfits. Fallen Renegade looks almost like the metalhead stuff that they had back in the concert days. Fallen Soulbreaker. Now this one looks actually awesome. I would totally wear this one personally. It's also really cool, the Mystical Sorceress, because it looks like you're actually flying on the broomstick. I would wear that if I had more of a female character. I don't. Here is that going with that red theme again. So I have the formal Paragon pet. Here's another one. This one just doesn't have the pimp cane on it. Here's that court noble. This, I think, is my favorite outfit in the collection, the Underworld Executioner. It's between that and the, where is it? Fallen Soulbreaker. These two just look really extra cool. Let's put on a different head for this. Wow, look at that. You can see all these different masks here. Let's take a look at what this one looks like. What's the difference between these two? The morph versus the visage. I wonder if those have any differences. Maybe this one has animations and the other one doesn't. Very interesting. It's very, it's giving like emo high schooler kind of vibes. Here is the actual Fallen Renegade hat. It actually does look really cool with this fit, so I gotta give it to him on that one. There we go. This is looking very cool. Very cool. Let's go ahead and go to Soulbreaker. Look at that, you guys. Look at the teeth on that. That looks almost like similar to what, like Lord of the Rings or something like that. Here's another Soulbreaker helmet here. Very sick. That looks dope. Really matches. Here's some more of the formal garb, so let's go ahead and throw on the ceremonial suit here for this. Kind of a Dage reminiscent helmet, as you can see Dage back here. We're looking almost like him. Like this formal attire looks almost exactly like his armor, except we don't have the really cool chest piece, of course. We have a Paragon style helmet. Let's go back to the collection here. I shouldn't have closed the shop. I'm sorry, you guys. Let's see here. We are on the... as you can see, we have a little preview of what the next collection chest might be. It might be the Light Scythe Gravelin collection. But first, let's go ahead and open our Reaper's Reckoning collection chest again, so we can get to the rest of the stuff in the collection. Again, Dage 2026 collection is what pops up, even though it's Reaper's Reckoning. Let's try out some of these. Look at that. With a different armor. Let's go to my favorite one. I think we've seen a lot of these. Here's Warlord of the Undying. Underworld Sorceress. Looks kind of like a Dark Caster, like a female Dark Caster. Underworld Mastermind. That looks pretty sick. Let's try that with a different look on the head. There we go. Something like that. Look at that. That looks almost like a puppet or something. Try that one on. There you go. Let's go take a look at some of these. These are really cool. These would obviously go with that red theme again. Skull of the Undying would go really well with this one, of course. Let's go back to our red outfit here at the top, just so we can take a look at these red themed helmets down here. So formal. These are the blue versions, of course, would match with the Dage themed armor. Very cool looking Paragon helmets. This one's more skull themed, of course. And then let's go ahead and put on our Lord of Misfortune helmet. See, this is like a red Dage almost, right? This one looks kind of cool with the horns coming out of the eyeballs there. Very unique. This one even has a flame on its head. I do kind of like the look of the red skull, not gonna lie. Very cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at what else we have here. We have several different... See, this looks like the acid goes with this sort of fit here. We'll put on our Mastermind outfit. Look at that. Some acid falling out of this thing going into the floor. Different kind of helmets and stuff. Looking very sinister. So let's go ahead and throw on a different pet. So this is the Dapper Paragon. I like him. He looks kind of just like Dage. try out a couple of these. Oops, I went ahead and bought that. That's fine. A couple of these floor items. Very cool there. This one I did go ahead and buy for my alt account with the adventure coins that I did have. I think it costed about this much. Okay, so here's the acid with the things that connect to the back item, and here's the acid that doesn't connect to the back item that I'm wearing currently. So we'll keep this on for now. This one right here. There we go. And let's try and see what the other capes look like. Here's Cloak of the Deathcutioner. Wow. Executioner, but Deathcutioner. Let's go ahead and put on the Executioner outfit. That's one of my favorites in the collection. There it is. It even has like a little flame theme and little details like that in there. And look at that weapon, you guys. Looks super dope with this. Death Slayer. Evil Moglin Skulls. Look at that. Floating behind you. They look almost like dice. We've got a big... Okay, speaking of looking like a puppet, we have the Puppeteer right here. Of course, we have just the regular spike variants, and then there are ones that come with something behind you. The little leather wings have a nice little touch to them. You can have a sheath sword. This is actually really cool because it'll pop out and it'll look just like one of the Fiend almost looking items. So this is kind of like a crossover episode between the Dage theme and the Nulgath items, I believe. So I'm a big fan of the Nulgath stuff, so kind of a Dage Nulgath together is right up my alley, so I like this item a lot. We have another puppet-themed thing going on here. Couple of cloaks and runes. This is another animated item, very cool looking. Something that you might notice here is that they're actually transparent, so they look extra ghostly. I haven't seen an item quite like this one before this collection, so grab it while you can. I really do like this one. This rune, of course, goes really well with our Apostayean sigil. I definitely didn't pronounce that right, but as you can see, it kind of goes with this theme here, so you can have multiple runes going at the same time. Very cool. Let's go back to the Diabolica. Keep on clicking buy. Okay. Back to the capes. Our sigil there, yep. And underwear shawl. Let's see, that's just another kind of scraggly looking shawl. It kind of moves behind you, right? Here we go, Underworld Entourage. Very cool item, kind of pops out the little animation before you have it all the way out. Every time you move, it'll pop out again, as you see here. So I actually bought this one for another alt account, the red version, because it just went better with what I had there. This is the same thing, but it has the spikes in addition to it, so I really do like these capes. Again, see, every time I move, they actually pop out again. And then there's the same version of the item, but just with the red variant. So here's the red version. It's telling me my bag is inventory is full, because of course it is. So that's what we have there. So I'd say my favorite items out of this collection, probably the Underworld Retainer spikes. Maybe not paired with this, but I'll kind of mix and match anyway. I like the Dapper Paragon, just like the straight jet black, better in my opinion, but this one also I think has its place. And then I do like the Apostayean sigil. It's kind of big though, so if I'm not trying to take up an entire room, then this one is just fine. Again, it's kind of between the Executioner versus the Soulbreaker for me in terms of outfits, but I do kind of like the acid themed items as well. But let's go ahead and finish these items. There we go. So we can even have a little rune here, and it has little flame animations on it as well, so very cool. I believe this is the same thing, but you get two of them. Also super dope. And of course, you've got to have the dual swords versions of all of the swords that we have up above there. Now we have some new items. Even some lanterns. Very cool. I do like the lanterns. I haven't seen these ones yet, you guys, so I'm seeing these for the first time as well. You just have some heads. Very sick. One rune there, one of those guys, one lantern. I do like the idea of having one lantern, almost very ominous, kind of just walking in being like, okay, Dage, I've got my souls. Oh, like you're holding a cloak, like you just took that off. Very cool. Korax Piercer, very nice. I think it's kind of mid. This is a cool scythe. I like scythes, but I'm not a super big fan of this one in comparison to others that they have in this game. The cane, I like that it has it on the armor, so you don't really need to wear that one. Same thing with the broomstick, but you can. And then this is another version of the U staff, except for it's not twisted, so it's not upright. And then we have the cane, and then another version of the broom that's just facing the other way. I do like this one a little bit better, I must say. Let's go ahead. What do you think our favorite item in this one is? I'm probably going to say either the one lantern or the dual runes. Let's go with that. All right. Now, in terms of this Executioner outfit, we do actually have Executioner armets. So here's the armet for this. And this one's actually animated. If you can see up here on the top left, my face, the mouth is moving. This one is a lot of these are animated. The eyeballs move on this one. They really stepped up their game on animations, on all this stuff. Hopefully they bring this over to AQ Infinity. But to be completely honest, I kind of like wearing, like not wearing a helmet. So if I were to put on this one, I think I would like that much better. And to stick with our theme here, I think I'll go ahead and put the Executioner cloak on. So here we are. This is probably my favorite fit from the collection. All right. Let's go ahead and get a little bit of action going before we end this video. I have the Immortal Darkcaster class equipped, which you can also purchase from Dage for the Dage's Dark Birthday event as well. I don't know if that's over yet. I believe it's 2,000 ACs. They have 3 Darkcaster classes available. Otherwise, I honestly just recommend getting Infinite Legion Darkcaster by doing the quests. Alright, let's see if we can get this legend down. Come on. We'll kind of finish it out after we defeat this guy. I hope you guys liked that video. I hope you guys enjoyed the collection as much as I did. And we'll stick around because we will have another collection chest in the next video. Thanks for watching.